coming in. Now, managerial appointment incoming. Igor Tudor has agreed a deal to become Tottenham's interim head coach until the end of the season. Thomas Frank was sacked earlier this week with Spurs 5 points above the relegation places. Tudor has been out of work since being sacked by Juventus in October 2025, following an 8-match winless run, leaving the club 8th in Serie A. Let's get some reaction to that now from Spurs fan and podcaster Chris Cowlin. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Claire. Hi, Gordon. How you doing?
We're really well. That's pretty good pedigree you've got coming your way. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're certainly bringing in an experienced manager. I think some are worried that he doesn't have any Premier League experience, but he's been around the block. He's managed in 6 different countries, 9 different clubs. And when you look at his interim record, you know, he went in at Lazio in March 23 and managed them for 9 games, won 5, drew 3. And he did exactly the same record at Juventus in March 24. So he has got a proven track record in steadying the ship, so to speak. And his teams are, known for attacking high-intensity football, which is great for us to hear because we haven't really seen the entertaining style of play under Thomas Frank. But his job ultimately now is to come in, starting with the Arsenal game next Sunday and, get us some points, set us up to be a team hard to beat and, just get those points on the board because, as you mentioned at the start there, 5 points above the relegation zone this season has been a disaster, and it is about steadying the ship, getting the points and getting us, away from that relegation zone and keeping the Premier League status.
Come back and all is forgiven, potentially. I liked him. Well, I like the guy.
I think actually the Spurs fans are calling for, come back Mauricio Pochettino. So I think that this appointment, is it's a right appointment for us to have an interim boss until the end of the season. So then Spurs can assess their options. But I think, in the last couple of games, particularly the Newcastle home game in front of Thomas Frank, the Spurs fans were singing Pochettino's name. So I think that if you ask the majority of the fan base right now, they want Poch back.
OK, bit of a risk, is it not, though, throwing a manager with no experience of English football into what could be a relegation battle?
Absolutely. I can see the positives, but I can also see a lot of worry from Spurs fans, particularly online today since the announcement from various media outlets. But, you've got to get behind the manager now. We've just got to hope and pray that he can come in and be that real force. He is a no-nonsense, fiery manager. And he is very intense and he demands a lot from these players. And perhaps that's what this group of players need right now. Somebody to, kick them up the backside and, get us playing and get the points on the board because, these 12 games until the end of the season now are highly important. And of course, I'll also add that we've got at least 2 Champions League games to play. So it'll be interesting. Yes, it is a risk. I think I would have preferred a manager to come in with Premier League experience, but let's see what happens next.
Extra points for the phrase kick up the backside, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
He said the words I was thinking. Spurs fan and podcaster Chris Cowlin there.
Yeah, a little reminder, Claire, as well. You just beautifully teed up